Hello. So it's finally time. B&M has stumped up the goods. Thank you to George Owain, who was the nice man who told me that it was there, and I immediately the next day, which is today, went out and purchased said item. And that item is the B&M oversized combining robot, or whatever they're trying to call it, or combining mega robot. It's Combiner Wars HotSpot, oversized. And it's, well, it's pretty oversized. Thank you, Nine Dog Next Door. Thank you for your contribution. Put this way, that's Rook. That's Rook. Are you annoying the dog next door? Go sit down. My dog doesn't actually bark or anything, but just because he's there, the other dog thinks that it's his right to scream and bark and shout and basically be irritating. But yeah, so, that's Rook. Look how big this thing is. This thing is ludicrous. It came with a couple of accessories, but the main ones are, it came with 2 oversized streetwise guns. You know, instead of his guns, came with 2 oversized streetwise guns. Alright then, and you can push him in there. Don't think you can put him in there, that's way too big. So you can put him in there, basically. No, you can put him in there, that's about it. Whatever. And it does still kinda work. Things are there, and it rotates, and still big and silly and ludicrous, and the cab's there, and it's a very light blue, but I'm not sure if the camera's making it seem lighter than it is. Let's try without the light. Yeah, let's leave the lights on, shall we? Now, one issue I've got, because it's something I accidentally did, these pieces were on backwards. They're on the other sides. And trying to swap them, I snapped off both the pegs at the top there. So that's something for people to be a bit cautious of. But they will still grip due to sheer friction. So, yeah, you can stop running around now. Stupid dog. But, you know, it still does work. And just, it's going to get big really quick, so let's just bring the camera up again. Yay! Oh yeah, he's got one more accessory, which I'll, you know what? Let's just rip it off now. Hey, look, it's Groove. They've brought Groove. That's awesome. Should we transform him? Should we? Oh no, he's just a hollow chest plate. I was really upset. I saw that. I'm like, oh cool, extra little Groove, fantastic. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. He'd be like deluxe size. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Nope. Anyway, should we get to robot mode, shall we? How do we do this again? Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna split the arms. Split. This is because I'm trying to hold the thing up. Wriggle and split. And what's disconcerting is they hold with these teeny tiny little pegs. See that there? And there's one there. Tiny little pegs are what hold it together. Tiny little peg. What hold this thing together? Fine. So do that. Rotate, bring down. That. Rotate, bring down. Right. Same way I like to do hotspot. Again, these bits might pop off because they're loose. Bring that all the way over. Split there. Fold it all up, close it up, and these don't quite go in there, unfortunately. Wish they did, but they don't. So these pieces don't quite peg in there. Wish they would. Maybe if I filed it a little bit or something, maybe they would, but I'm not going to push it. Double hinge. Rotate. That's my fault, I can't blame the figure. Something I'm going to have to live with in shame. Rotate and bring down. Okay, so that's pretty much the top half. We'll do the dramatic head reveal at the end. So we get the cab up. This is the same as HotSpot, so I've realised my mouth is very close to the camera, so I could be shouting at you. I'm sorry. Shh, let me shout. So yeah, we'll split this. Again, tiny little pegs. Bring it down and... Yep, same stupid double hinge thing. So you gotta push it around and just stick it in and... Ooh, they kind of slide into slots, right? Okay, that's kind of cool. Into there. Oh, that works, okay. Right, let's see if I can show you guys this. On the sides of this double hinge piece here, there are little tabs on the sides of it. So, can you see in there, just about see that tab? There you go. And in the back of the knee there are bits that you just got to slide those tabs into. Which, you know what, isn't a bad idea. Then you rotate him at the hip. Rotate at the hip with it popping off. Squeeze it back on. Ah, oh, dear me. That's all hanging down the back, fold it so it's in properly. And on the back, and that's basically a little bit of support there with the extra bit of ladder. And it's now way too big again. Chest piece, fold the head up, and close it up. And considering this is just a little knockoff and that, the head's actually on a ball joint. I know it's hollow, but it's on a ball joint. And this is one of the ones that was getting me, and I think this is why it was delayed so much. Because of the way HotSpot transforms to combine, there's not much they can actually take out of it. There's no corners they can cut. Like, he's got the double hinge in the arm, because he needs it to transform. The knees are a nightmare, but they've got to have it for him to transform. There's not many corners they can actually cut. So, he's actually not bad. I mean, these knee pieces, look how thin they are. Can you see that? That's a bit worrying. You know, a couple of the peg tolerances and stuff aren't amazing, but they can't really ruin him too much. They can't afford to, or he won't work. He's difficult to knock off without ruining it. So they've done a really good job. I can't complain. They've actually done a really good job. I even like this paint job. Like, look at this. You know, he's got the red stripes and the silver, and he's got the dark, you know, gunmetal grey, which isn't very shiny or anything, but it's still a nice colour. And he looks really good. And again, let's just pop him out. That's Rook. So he's about the size of Defensor now. Where's Defensor? Let's grab him. So yeah, he's bigger than Defensor now. Let's just throw Rook out the way, because Rook isn't part of Defensor. He's bigger than Defensor already. Again, a couple of joints and stuff might need tightening. I'm not going to say otherwise. It is a knockoff, be fair. And it was only 17 quid. HotSpot on that team was like 20 quid, so... Come on. Okay. But yeah, he's bigger than Defensor, as he is. Yeah. Defensor, who's got the Shapeways upgrade kits. So he isn't leaning anymore. Yay! Stay. But you see, the only reason you'd have HotSpot is because, apart from the fact he's probably the only figure that would be really good as a standalone. But you see, he's got these big holes in the shoulders and the bottom of the feet, and he's got this spare head on his back. These things, which it's my fault. I can't blame the figure. It's my fault. You guys will just have to be careful if yours have to be rotated. Don't be an idiot like me. But because you've got these extra bits, you're kind of honour bound to make him combine. Which means you need all the other parts. which I haven't got in robot mode because I've got them ready to combine, but I suppose the closest thing to robot mode would be an arm. So if I just take the hand off, so he's a fair size. Let's put the hand back on. There we go. Should we transform him into body mode? I think we should. So we'll fold down, which I think is actually a really nice head sculpt, even though it's a knockoff. I mean, the original, because it's so small, you don't really get to see a lot of the detail, but I like this. I like this a lot. So fold that down, fold it in. I'm not sure if that... Yeah, it does fold properly. Okay, it's fine. Close it up. Double hinge the arms up, and I think this one actually pegs in. The other one doesn't actually have a peg that I can know of that lines up with anything. So it just sort of sits there. But the joints are tight, so it does stay there. So can't complain. Turn around. Open up the legs a bit. Get this without pulling those bits off again, because I'm going to end up taking them off and leaving them off until I finish transforming it. Right. That's me trying to unhook that piece. Yeesh. Rotate around. Drop it down. Fold that out, fold that out. Try and hope and pray that they're not going to pop off and shoot everywhere. Get the hinge so you can swing it between his legs. The big hinged ladder. Fold these out and tab them on. And these are quite nice big thick tabs. It's one thing they might have ever so slightly improved on the original with. Really big fat tabs. Okay, so I'll tab done. Rotate this through. Does that actually tab in? Yes, it does. Aha! And that actually tabs into the ladder. The original just sort of grips there. It doesn't actually tab. That tabs. Rotate around. Does that tab in? Yes, it does. So underneath here tabs, and the actual head tabs in properly at the collar. Okay, so we'll do the legs. Fold these. There. Rotate. Down a bit. Bring it. Come on, lads. Oh, to there and rotate. Fold those open and turn the head around. And that's the body. And again, just because I can, that's Rook. So he's a biggin. He's a biggin indeed. Let's just prove the point. I should really have tidied up on the off chance that this would have to happen, but oh well. There's a leg. There's a leg. Should we stand him? So you just drop them onto... Where are they? There you go, just drop it on. And considering it's just the friction of them sliding into place, it does actually hold reasonably well. Can't fault him. Although I'm not sure if it's the feet or if the legs are slightly longer or what, but... someone mowing a lawn or something. Eba gum, I hope you guys can't hear that. It's deafening for me. So he's standing up. Raise the camera again. Adjust the lighting. Get an arm and slide it in. Get the other arm and slide it in. He's a little bit back heavy, but you know. And that is stupidly oversized Defensor. And that is original Defensor. So he's about double size. But wait! There's that other accessory I forgot. Why don't you stand up now? Go stand. 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 Right. There's the other accessory I forgot about. Sorry. Which one does it go that way, I think? And it just pegs onto this chest piece here. Go, there you go. There you go. This is easily the biggest knockoff I've got. Easily. I've got nothing. I've got nothing that size. I can't. You've got the original. That's your scale. I've got nothing that can match this in sheer size. It's ridiculous. That's Rook. Rook looks like a Legends class figure that'd stick on his chest. That's how big this thing is. Look at the size of him. I have nothing. I cannot possibly explain to you how big this thing is, other than it is twice the size of Defensor. You've seen Defensor with him. Look how big this is. Look how big he is. It is ridiculous. And I love it. I'm going to have to completely reorganise all my knockoffs. But I love this thing. It's so stupid. You know one thing that really... Well, thank you, Groove. You know one thing that really baffles me, considering this is just a knockoff? Now bear in mind you've got to like get all the knees, because the knees are about the only bit where there's articulation. But he doesn't... But from the hips, he's not really leaning forward. There's not really even ratchets in there. Hasbro, up your game, boys. Come on. Let's try and put this back on just for humour value. Never did get around to tightening that, did I? But yeah, he's huge. He's absolutely enormous. Head rotates. You can't do anything with the shoulders because the combiner puts don't actually rotate themselves, but you've got elbow. Just the hips. You've got thigh. You've got knee. That's your lot. But you know what? It's better than some. It's better than most Power Ranger robots. Come on. So yeah, he's big, he's stupid, he's ridiculous, and I actually kind of love him. I'm trying to support him so he doesn't just collapse under his own mass like a black hole. Which is kind of the explanation that he deserves, really, isn't it? Anyway, stay. I should be ugly. I should be wretched. No! I should be ugly. I should be wretched. I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye! That just explains the world, really, doesn't it?